Adam Trigger here, wagertalk.com. It's week 3 in the NFL, and I'm here to talk Broncos, Dolphins. But first, if you like the content and you like the free picks, please like and subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing you these free picks all season. I'm trying to pick games that I think I'm going to potentially have a client play in because I want to give out as many of the client plays that I can as possible. If you're going to watch these videos, I want to make sure that you're getting, real actionable info. And I will have a play in this game. It will be on the Broncos. I was just seeing if I could get 7. It's still 6.5, and I'm fine with 6.5 if that's the best it's going to get. But I love the Broncos in this spot. I think it's the perfect spot now with the Broncos as an underdog to come in and sort of take a position on them after the way they started this season. So really, Denver, they kind of got a gift to start the season. Home games against the Raiders and the Commanders, and they managed to go 0-2. One could argue that they should be 2-0. They, kind of threw the game against the Raiders away with mistakes, and then they threw an 18-point lead away against the Commanders to come all the way back to potentially have a chance to tie on a Hail Mary, only to miss the 2-point conversion. But with the fact that they are 0-2 and not 2-0, we're getting some serious line value here, because I think if the Broncos came in with a winning record, they'd be something more like +4 in this game and not the +6.5 that is widely available right now. And like I said, if you see a 7, take it. We'll see kind of where the number gets to, but 6.5 or 7 are both, in my opinion, great bets here. So the Broncos, this is a team with, for the lack of success they've had of late, they seem to have some of the sort of the loftiest expectations of any of the quote unquote bad teams. Of course, last year they were a team that everyone expected to do well, and it was a complete disaster. This year they bring in Sean Payton. They're expected to do well. Like I said, favored in the first 2 games. It doesn't go their way. I think they could be I like them in the underdog role, but I also think this is a great spot to fade the Dolphins, who are really in like the kind of the sandwich type, like bad spot. Really high profile game on Sunday Night Football. They beat the Patriots. Back-to-back sort of great performances against the Chargers and Patriots. And then next week, they have to go on the road to Buffalo in what will be a huge game in the AFC East. So potential flat spot for the Dolphins. And also, for as good as the Dolphins have been, defensively, they still have, some issues. They don't have a great pass rush. And, I would say that the door is probably going to be open here for the Broncos to stay in this game if the Dolphins do get a lead in this game, or even if I just don't know that they're able to extend their lead, with their defensive sort of woes and the ability for teams like the Patriots to move the ball sort of, in that game late and hang in that game. I think the Broncos could as well. Russ Wilson and the Broncos offense actually hasn't been that bad. I thought they played well against the Commanders and were the reason they were in that game. And with the Dolphins really not getting to Russ, he should be able to make plays here and keep Denver in this game. So I'm going to look toward the Broncos here. I think we're getting great line value at 6.5. I think this is a really tough spot for the Dolphins, who have to go on the road and play Buffalo in a very high-profile game next week. And, the Broncos might just do a little bit better in the lack of expectation role as an underdog. Of course, the first 2 weeks of the season, expected to beat the Raiders, expected to beat the Commanders at home in front of their home crowd, didn't handle the expectations well. Now they get to head on the road where there won't be many expectations, but I still think if they play a good football game, they're going to be right in this game. So I'm going to take the Broncos plus 6.5. I think it's the perfect spot to jump in with them. And I think we're getting some really nice line value based on what's happened the first 2 weeks. It will be a client play for me, 4%. And for more of those, head on over to wagertalk.com and use coupon code ADAM3, which gets you 3 days of my all-access service, including any 5% plays at a discount. And if you like these videos, check out the other videos on the screen, and please like and subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing you the free picks all year long.